Welcome to Happily Distracted. I'm Leyla. I put the HD in ADHD. Around here, distraction isn't the problem. It's the party. Well, welcome to Happily Distracted. I'm Leyla Phillip. This is my sister, Monya. And, well, you know how I feel. Distractions aren't a problem. They're the party. Now, usually I like to start off and I'll say, Monya, how are you happily distracted? But honestly, I'm so into my distraction right now. So I really have to share it. Okay, you ready?
Go.
Here it goes. All right. See, she could ask me the question, but I'll take that over. So, okay. So listen, this week, well, I'm not going to lie. It's not this week. It's also last week. I am obsessed with El Mencho.
Okay, El Mencho.
The cartel member.
Okay.
Okay. So El Mencho is the cartel guy who was recently killed. And as you know, I have a very sick relationship with the cartel. Some people may, think that I need counseling, but I already knew all about him because he is the leader of what they call the CJN, like the something new generation cartel. Okay.
Okay.
So he was killed 2 weeks ago, but
He's
it was
the guy
so
who Mexico killed.
Yes.
Got it.
But I knew all about him. I knew he was wanted for like years, for like $15 million, you could turn him in.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that he was wanted because I always watch those documentaries, or I will just go on YouTube and like check out like different cartels, right?
Okay.
I'm so fascinated that he was able to hide for a long time.
Yeah.
But I am actually more fascinated about how much power he had around where he is. It's Jalisco, or I don't know how to say it right. But the fact that like they had military, like artillery and all of that. And right now, like,
when you say they, you mean the cartel had military equipment. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, so they went to almost like, it's almost like it's an all out war.
Like a real war.
Well, I don't know if they started it or who finished it, but that's a whole other subject.
Whole nother subject.
We're not at war, but we might be at war.
Okay.
But seriously, like which takes me, like this whole thing with him takes me back to my cartel obsession. And I think we just need to tell people I'm not a violent person.
No.
But like I have a thing. I don't know what it is. So
you and Andrea, our older sister, she has the same problem. Like you guys love those weird Netflix shows about, I don't know, they'll see some like Maria or some woman and she's like this, cartel bitch and she's like the thing, and you guys like that. I can't get into that. Like I can't. Those shows don't interest me at all, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
Narco. You guys like those narco shows. That's what it is.
Oh my God, yeah. And Teresa Mendoza.
Yes, that's it, Maria.
I don't remember the name of that show, but anyway, so I've just been happily distracted. I've been watching the videos of like all the shootouts and then videos of like people who are stuck there. Maybe they've gotten out by now, but like tourists and stuff like that.
Don't go to Mexico right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you probably shouldn't go to, what does it take you? It's in Puerto Vallarta.
I can't believe it's in Puerto Vallarta. That is a vacation location. Like that is a resort location. I've been to Puerto Vallarta. That is like, you go to Puerto Vallarta, you go to Cancun, you go to places like that because they're safe. They're just resorts. That's where it went down in Puerto Vallarta?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And
that's scary.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like, I always feel like when I learn about the cartel people that I know about, there is a part of me that feels sorry for them, because if you just tell me a story about someone's childhood, then it's like I can justify why they killed all these people and all that, right?
It's called Tony Soprano Effect.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, so we watched this show. Tony Soprano is this brutal, horrible person who's killing like his own nephew. And we're all like, we love Tony Soprano. You're not supposed to love this guy, right? You're not supposed to love these, these narco whatever people.
Yeah, because they're terrible people.
But you know what? I think that piece of them that you like is how they got to have the power that they have.
Yes. And believe me, I'm not looking to align myself with power or whatever. That's because we all know.
It's the secret grifter. It's the gift of the grifter.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, because they have the ability to just get all these people on board with them. Now, let me just say, a lot of it's by force.
It's not all a cult of personality, you mean? Some of it is actually like this
yeah.
motherfucker held a gun to your head. Yes. But
Right,
it's
like
still the gift of the grifter because in their own circles,
it requires a
there was
lot of
something
people.
about them that drew people in, right? Because these were just individuals.
Yes.
I even think about that when I I see the Khomeini, Ayatollah Khomeini, and like he died or whatever, and all this stuff.
Right.
And I think just a person. So like what? He's just a person. I know he acquired power and is a brutal leader, but like what about him in the acquiring of the power made people say, "I'm going to listen to this guy. I'm going to do what this guy said." So it's something, there's a cult of personality that's involved in all of these dictators.
Yeah. Well, for me, I mean, you could break it down from an intellectual standpoint. I'm just like, I need to know how a motherfucker, it goes from an avocado farmer, poor as hell. By the way, that makes me feel sorry for him. Okay. So I'll give him that. And then he literally he's worth $66 billion and runs an organization that goes across all the states of Mexico, the United States, and the rest of the continents. So
Crazy.
I just think being able to create that type of structure,
Yeah.
that's what, for me, that's what it is. Like, not even like the power, but how do you create such a structure that you're building tunnels, you own everything, your security is unbelievable, and you create an empire off something illegal and with a lot of violence, but the fact that it's done. So may he rest in peace. And may there be
I don't
peace.
think he's resting in peace. May he rest in the motherfucking grave that he created.
Right, because he's a terrible person.
May he rest. May he not rest, right? Because
no,
he
100%.
don't deserve to rest. He's murdered
No.
kids and parents and people, and he's a drug trafficker. I mean, he's a human trafficker. Like, may he not rest. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Okay, right. So may, hold on. Let me repeat.
May he have no
repeat this.
peace for the rest of
May he
eternity.
have no peace.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. But in a way, they kind of use the word grifter. So I'm like, okay, well, that kind of leads us into another topic.
It kind of goes with the new Beverly Hills, Housewives of Beverly Hills, the new character, Amanda. I don't know her last name, Amanda something.
Yes, Amanda, whose voice gets on my fucking nerves.
Well, she talks
because she talks like this.
Yeah.
And you're invading my space, and it's my choice if I want to do that. And I like nice things, and I make all the money and not my husband.
Not my husband. The reason I have this house is because of me and not my husband. Okay.
Right.
Great.
Right. So what's your point?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like
I love Boz though, right? Because she's like, what's your job? How do you make money?
I think we need to tell the audience of what we're talking about because they might not be watching Beverly Hills. So there's this woman named Amanda. I know, I can't believe it. It's such quality. It's such quality
viewing.
Television. So there's a woman named Amanda, right? And she's brand new, and she's made all her money because she calls herself the money coach.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about how people to change their relationship with money. And she's a coach, so she's like a money expertise. Now, let's just say this. She ain't got no Series 6, no Series 7.
Right.
It's not like she worked for J.P. Morgan or any of that. You know what I mean? She's not at T. Rowe Price and worked her way up. So let's just say that. Mm-hmm. However, she has created what I call the Great American Grift, which is what is taking place today, which is people who are so confident in their bullshit that it's like part of the economy. It becomes an industry.
Yes. It's the rise of the internet grifter.
Yes.
They're called influencers a lot of times. And I'm not saying every influencer is a grifter, right? Every influencer isn't charging you money so that you can get some secret information so that you can make money.
We have a GoFundMe page at the end of this, which allows us to be...
No, at the end of this, we're going to sell you. No. So that's what I take issue with, and that's why I take issue with Amanda. So you know what? More power to her that she has figured out a way for people to give her money for a program to teach them. And she doesn't say to make money. It's interesting. You said like relationship with money. So she's trying to teach you how to have a relationship with money that allows you to get more money. And what Boz is saying is that's called a job. So are you teaching people how to get jobs? And how, if that's the case, how so? Because you don't have a job and you never had a job. Like You literally just package something and then you're telling people to buy this thing, and somehow this program that you have is going to help them make more money.
Right. No,
That's
no,
a
by the way,
grift.
no,
That's just a grift.
no science.
No
Nothing that's like tried and true and studied.
Yeah.
It's just you. But honestly, I think it's the internet version of being like, what am I going to do today? I know I'm going to coach somebody on something that I think I'm really good at. And that's going to make me an expert. I'm going to be a coach today.
She literally sells programs for like $15,000 for like a $15,000 retreat you come to, and somehow when you leave it, your relationship with money is going to make you make more money.
But there's a lot of that on the internet. So like,
I know.
if you go on TikTok, there's a lot of these influencers, and they have tons of followers. They have an incredible aesthetic. All of a sudden, they're a mindset coach. What the fuck is that? A manifestation coach.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you a relationship coach. No psychology.
Yeah.
No, they never practiced medicine. None of that. Never had patients. No. Never did a relationship coach.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but they all get on my nerves. But yet I'm obsessed with kind of like, how are you doing this? How?
Well,
and not because I want to.
Yeah, I don't want to do it either. And that's the thing, because I think, I don't want to be a grifter ever. Grifting is very unattractive to me.
We hate grifters.
Right.
Fuck grifters.
I don't like grifting because I just think it's just, there's no ethics to that, right? No morality to it, no ethics. That's why I'm not a grifter. I'm not saying I couldn't be. I could be one of those people who starts one of those mega churches, and you stand up there and you say, we're an abundance church. Where our religion, those places, like that's what their religion is now. It's like, what do they call that?
I don't know, but fake and phony.
There's a name for it, but it has to do prosperity.
Yes,
so it's
like
like
the prosperity Bible.
Yes, so it's prosperity. So God wants you to be rich. We want to be rich, and so, but really, I'm rich because you're sitting there giving me your money every weekend. That's why I'm rich.
Exactamo.
And then,
exactly.
but I say things that make you feel good about, and then you go out, and God wants you, and you have the power, and that's the same. She's literally doing the same thing. You can use religion as the grift. You can use new age kind of like spirituality as the grift, because that's what she's using. Hers is like a spirituality around money.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this woman has made millions and millions of dollars, and she's no different than a lot of people that people are very familiar with.
Yeah.
In terms of the grift as well, right?
Go ahead, go.
But I
preach, girl. Name some people. Name names.
Peter Attia.
I said it. Peter Attia. Right. Who else? Name another name.
Well, besides like Joel Osteen, and he a grifter?
He's a grifter. No. But there's another person, and you called mom and were like, "Get off."
Deepak Chopra, whatever.
Deepak.
Oh. My mother was to be, because my mother my mother's like, she can like meditate and stuff.
Yeah. She's very
sweet.
over on Monday. Very sweet person.
She was over on Monday. She was so sweet. She was like, there was like a noise, and I was like, oh yeah, my neighbor's making noise. My mother was like, oh, I can never meditate with that noise. And I go, I don't meditate at all. I never meditate. I mean, I would never meditate. But Deepak Chopra, he's a grifter too.
Yes.
And when I saw that he was in the files, I was like,
what files, Leyla? The files? What files?
I mean, you've never heard of them, or do they not exist?
Files.
The Epstein files. And he was it. And let me tell you something. He's a grifter.
Yes.
He's grifting everybody.
Epstein? Yes.
Well, yeah, but
oh, you mean Deepak
Chopra?
Right.
Yeah. So nobody should be doing, and I don't care. I don't care if he hears my podcast and gets upset.
He's going to hear your podcast.
You're a grifter. I'll tell it to him now. You're a grifter because you said you make all these things, and then we saw what the things that you said.
Deep breathing, spiritual time with Deepak Chopra, and then you're on the island, dude. You're on the island.
Right. You're on the fucking island. And then when you think about it, though, the fact that people
pay $15 a month to download Deepak Chopra's,
and then you have a subscription,
whatever. Yeah, subscription.
Yeah, so I think we should think about okay, so this is kind of how it goes.
Okay.
Like, do you want to be a boss lady? Oh, I hate that word. You want to be a boss lady or whatever? I'm going to show you how I got this big house, my Birkin bag, right? Yeah. So then you got a lot of people going, really, I want
a
that
Birkin
too.
bag. I want a big house.
Yeah, and they're like, DM me DM me wealth. So like they always have you DM the person's like DMs.
Yeah.
Like you have to DM that person.
Right.
And then
And you
it's
DM
like,
them
DM
wealth,
me.
and they send you back a program that you can purchase.
Yeah, I think it's like and then they get appointments, right?
Oh yeah.
And then like, so then it starts off, and then you start like, I've looked at some of them, not to do them, just to be like, I'm gonna fuck with this bitch, right? Like I gotta see what's going on. And it's like $800. Then
Crazy.
all they're doing is teaching you how to get other people to do what your dumb gullible ass just did. And you're not dumb and gullible. You're not. Everybody's susceptible to something,
Yeah.
right? But like, so they're not dumb and gullible. But by the time you're done with this podcast, you will never be like,
Right.
the goal is that you won't sign up for a course.
Don't sign up for a course.
Right. So that's
Unless
what you do. But
like you're applying to college, or you're taking a course at a community college, or a 4-year college, or something real. Don't sign up for somebody's course. They're going to teach you how to make money. Right. And what I always love about them, this is the part I love about them, is they always say, I did this thing. I made so much money. I don't want to hold it from you. I want to teach you how to do what I did. And I'm like, no one really does that. That's multi-level. What is that? Multi-level marketing. That's really
Yes.
all this grift is, because it's saying that's what
pyramid.
because you sit down and this woman says, oh my God, I sell makeup. I made so much money selling makeup. I want you to sell the makeup so you can make a lot of money selling makeup. And you go, oh my gosh, I want to make a lot of money selling makeup. Look at her. She drives a pink Cadillac. This is amazing. But really, it's not that they're making money selling makeup. They're making money adding you to the list of people who bought this kit to sell the makeup. And that's the same thing with these grifters online.
yeah, and if you think about it, even their aesthetic in terms of them, that's part of them getting you to join. That's their marketing to get you to join.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And then if you do the initial thing, remember, there's always a buy-in.
Yeah.
So you get to meet with somebody. By the way, you're never going to meet with that exact person. You're going to meet with like one of their team members.
Right.
And you'll do an initial consult, right? And like literally the fact that I can walk through all these steps means I have looked at a lot of these people's videos and learned a lot. Maybe I'm really distracted by these grifters. And then you take your course, and then they decide, here's the best part of a lot of these. They decide if you're a good fit
Okay.
for their program.
Somehow you are, because you have $500.
Right, but it's kind of
They try to make it seem like you're
it's
special.
exclusive.
It's exclusive. You pay more for the more exclusive parts. That's how that woman is on Beverly Hills.
Well, even from the beginning.
Yeah.
Even from the beginning, they're like, you may not be a good fit.
Oh.
So once we meet with you, and then they're like, oh my God, I'm going to be part of this cohort. By the way, they don't even use the word cohort because they're grifters.
Right,
So they don't even understand what a cohort would be if you were like working on a project with a group of people.
Yeah.
And then like if you pay more money, and then they convince you, because the coach that they've created for themselves, right? Because there's a coach and then there's coaches underneath the coach. Those coaches are meeting with your ass who just DM'd back wealth. So now they're going after you, and then they're meeting with you and they're like, well, and what's their job? Their job is to help you determine what level you're going to purchase.
Yeah, okay.
Because we all know with this internet shit, everybody's got a what? A master class.
Master class, mastermind,
Everybody's
class.
got
Limited
we're
spots.
part of but then
I
you can
only
take the
have
master
5
class.
spots.
Right, and you could take the master class though, right? Because listen, because if you take the master class, right? This is what it gives you. It gives you this like.
But what makes people susceptible to this? The only reason they have this, it's like people, with drugs. If there's no market for it, no one's selling it, right? It's not going to be, there's no narco anything, there's no conglomerate, because no one's buying it, so no one's going to, But so the market's there. There must be thousands and millions of people online who are literally sitting around, and instead of thinking, I could get a job, I could get a degree, I could learn how to be a business person, I can do this thing, I can take proper steps, or maybe my life is good enough as it is. I don't need to be a billionaire. So there are enough people who want this pretend lifestyle. I want freedom. I want abundance. I want
I want the
whatever
shiny car.
I want these things that they're willing to purchase these programs. And there are enough people that all these programs have people who will purchase stuff from them, and they're successful. I mean, this Miranda girl seems to be doing very well.
Miranda.
Is her name
name's
Miranda?
Amanda.
Miranda, whatever.
It's all grifter.
Yeah, she's doing very well. She has a beautiful home. She bought Kyle's old home.
Let me just stop you. She makes over $500,000 a month.
Right. So, for what? For what?
And she's got several bestsellers.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is craziness.
It is craziness. Yeah. But I think like when you just said, oh, well, I started thinking.
Right. You have to think. Start thinking. Does this make sense to you?
Right. But if you are in a situation.
That's why Boz is like, I don't understand.
Because Boz is smart.
Boz, if you're out there, we want you on our show. You're a brilliant businesswoman. You're beautiful and amazing. And you've got to come on. We want to interview you and ask you questions.
You know what I told my husband? You know what I told Dan last night when we were watching it? Yeah. I said, Boz is never going to have a bad season because she wouldn't allow that. That is not who she is. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes. When someone comes on and you just love them and you're like, and then the next year they come on and they're different. Like, remember we talked about that one of the episodes? You're like, who are you? Yeah. That's not her. She's a breath of fresh air to Housewives.
Yes, she is. She is.
You know, she's self-made. She worked her ass off. She's smart. And she's just, when she speaks, you're just like, I got you. Right. But she's also down.
You make sense.
She's like
she's down to earth.
You make sense. Yeah. And she's a great friend.
Yeah. So let's do something. Let's help people in the world. If you don't want to be susceptible to the grift, you have to kind of listen to keywords.
What are they?
You may not realize that what you're hearing is a grift. So like, what are some keywords that you think people should be hearing? If they hear these words when they're scrolling on their TikTok or an Instagram.
Like, how do you prevent yourself from being susceptible?
What words stand out as, oh my gosh, I'm about to fall into a grift? Like what?
Well, let's take like
I think
the first one.
Six-figure mindset.
Right. Oh yeah. You have to have a 6-figure mindset. You got to leave everybody behind if you don't have one, right? Like you got to do this, you've got to do that. Yeah. That could be, that's a key word. Okay.
I discovered this secret and it changed my life.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. That one's good. They're very cultish.
Do you want to know about this program? DM me the word.
Whatever.
DM me the word abundance.
Or you don't need to be you don't need to be an expert. You don't need to go to school.
Yes.
You don't need to do any of this. Not that you have
college is a farce.
Right. Not that you have to go to college to not, but I'm just saying, right? Like, how do you got to change your energy. You got to change your mindset so you could be a part of this group.
Yeah. My clients are getting incredible results.
Well, stop that right there. I need to, don't move on.
Okay.
Don't move on from that. Because they say things like, this is tried and true. My system is tried and true, and it is proven to bring you results. It is proven to change your life. It is proven to give you the life you have always longed for. Yeah. And you, ready? And you deserve that life.
I knew. I was like, you have to end with deserve.
You deserve that life.
You deserve. Yeah.
Do you want to have to work 8 hours a day? Or you want to come home and work 4 hours a day, right, and then really work 24 hours a day because you're stuck in my program and you're not making any money per day.
Now you lost the money you did make at your job because you spent it on my $1,600 program. But okay.
Yeah, and I by the way, I did some research prior to taping, and like, okay, so a lot of them, there's always a buy-in, like I told you. Yeah. That buy-in's a couple $100. Mm-hmm. So then it goes up to like $800. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Some of these are $4,000.
So sad.
And people pay.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're seeing this, it's meant for you.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. You're right. Like you're scrolling
you're seeing
through your
this
phone.
For a reason. You're seeing this for a reason.
There's a reason why you landed up. There's a reason why the algorithm put you on my page. Yeah.
There's a reason why you landed. And there's a reason. Everybody's going through something in their life. It's like horoscopes. You're like, oh my God, how did they know? How did they know I was going through a hard time? Like, yeah, out of the 60 people who are reading this horoscope, 59 are going through a hard time. So it matches their exact life. So it's the same thing with you're seeing this for a reason. And people are like, I didn't have a good day at work. So this is why I'm seeing this. Okay, wait. Let me see if I got any more.
Right.
I thought of some earlier.
That's funny.
Oh, limited spots. You talked about that. Inner
Oh,
circle.
urgent.
We talked about that.
You have like if you join, isn't there like if you join tonight or today,
You'll be part of the limited
get
circle.
you get the 20% off.
Discount. Yeah.
Or you get to meet with me or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Mastermind.
Yeah, that is one.
Aligned income. So they're not financial experts, but they're going to say a few words that make them sound like that they are financial experts, but they're not financial experts. So they'll say aligned income, which no one says so, but that's freedom lifestyle. Work from anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Bitch, get a telework job. Get a work from home job. Get a remote job.
Yeah, tell that to Jamie Dimon.
Right.
Right.
Jamie Dimon, we can all work from
Never come
anywhere.
back, Jamie Dimon.
You don't need credentials.
I don't need Jamie Dimon because I have become a life coach.
You don't need credentials. You don't need credentials. The world's telling you need an MBA. You don't need an MBA. Take my program.
In America, look how far we've come with people without credentials
are running our country
with no credentials.
But
no, for real.
You just need belief, though.
And a whole
you don't need credentials.
Confidence.
You just need belief.
Right.
Believe in yourself. Right. You just need belief. Energy shift. Yeah. Quantum leap.
Oh, yeah. Listen, the words are very specific. They're very intentional, right? And, well, they're a bunch of bullshit. So I'm done with internet grifters. You all can go fuck off.
Bye-bye, internet grifters.
We don't care about your, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, a Birkin bag is just a Birkin bag.
It's just a bag.
When you see that person, and you know what I always wonder too? Some of them, I bet they rented those cars.
They rented the place.
Because they have like high tech, they make great videos that really, wow, look at her lifestyle.
And after
a while,
they have the drone coming in, and it's like they're walking to a private plane. It's not the plane. They've never been on it. They're not going
There's
on
always, that private plane one is really good.
Yeah.
And for some reason, there's a lot of the grifters who are private planes, no disrespect to blondes. I got lots of friends who are blondes. I told you, like, you know what I mean? I got black friends, white friends, blonde friends, brunette friends. But they're always getting on a private plane, and there's usually like a big Louis bag, and they always have on like a sweatsuit.
Yes.
But they're getting on the plane and they got their big glasses. Now I'm not mad at big sunglasses because I'm a huge fan of them. Dan, my husband's like, look at those stupid big sunglasses, and I'm like, I wear those, dude, right? But he's saying it because he always sees them on Housewives, and when they're getting on his nerves, then he puts on the particular housewife big old sunglasses, but it's only because she's getting on his nerves at that moment on the show. But anyway, that's a side note.
Yeah.
Totally. It's like they always have on that type of sweatsuit, all of that. So that's her dog.
Excuse my Kaya. She's a little, hyper right now. So people who aren't grifters are actual business women. And a woman that I'm impressed with is Serena Williams.
Okay.
And she has a new show that I have been binging. And it's called the CEO, what is it called? New CEO Club, the CEO Club. And it's all women. And it's all women like who are running business, starting a business. It's like Hannah Brofman,
I don't even know any of them
Marlowe. They're all, you've got to watch it because they're real people who are.
Okay, wait. What's the show
Tommy
again?
Hilfiger's wife. It's called the CEO Club. Let me see if I can get the name of the cast. It's a reality show. So.
Oh my God, is it new?
Yes, it's new. It's on Prime.
I always forget about Prime.
Yeah.
There's just so many shows to watch.
Well, I don't forget about Prime because I have exhausted everything else. Like I have exhausted Apple TV. I have exhausted Netflix. I have exhausted Hulu. I am so horrible that now I'm like deep diving on Prime. So Prime is always my last thing that I go to.
I love that. This is coming from a woman who is very well read and an avid reader.
I used to be, but now I watch a lot of stuff. I enjoy it. I like watching things. Gangs of London. We love watching Gangs of London. It came back. New thing. So I watch that through Prime because my AMC membership is through Prime.
I need to go on a detour right now.
Okay, detour.
and then we're going to get back to that show. Well, basically that show is like people who aren't grifting, but we'll get back to it. But I need to say something.
Yes.
The best happy distraction that I am so distracted by is a show called Gangs of London. I have been watching it since the beginning, and the only reason why I watched that show is because the main character, which we can't say anything now because someone might come and watch it. I don't want to say what happens to him. He was on Peaky Blinders, and that was the only reason why I went and watched Gangs of London.
So this character on Gangs of London, his name is Sean Wallace.
Sean Wallace. Yes.
Yeah.
And then we're going to leave it at that because we don't want to talk about Sean Wallace anymore. We don't want to do any spoilers.
No spoilers.
But what I'm going to need to tell everybody that when you watch Gangs of London, here's why it is like a happy distraction. A, it's about a lot of different cartels in London, right? A lot of different cartels in London, and they all run like a drug trade, and they have like different factions from Europe, right? And even Asia, like different, there's
Families,
different gangs.
Crime family. It's the gangs
Crime
of London.
families.
Yeah, crime families.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is so well written.
So well
But I think the right word would be the cinematography
is amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, the acting,
Now,
top notch.
top notch. And the fight scenes,
They're so good.
they're so good that you want to turn away, but you can't.
Yeah.
And you got to watch it. And honestly, the whole time I watch it, I tell my husband, I'm like, look how they're holding the gun. Yep, look how they're holding the gun. They're doing it right. They know what they're doing. Look how they're doing it. Mm-hmm. And then I'll be like, oh, did you see that? Oh, and then I'll be like rewinding it. And then I'm like, oh my God. But it's like, it's part of my little algorithm. But also you like it too.
I love it. No, because I love entertainment. I love action.
Because I love murder.
I love good writing. I mean, Peaky Blinders was fantastic writing, right? It was violent and it had gore and it, but it had storyline and it had drama and it had intrigue and it made you love the characters. They do such good character development that you love them. You know them, right?
Let me just,
this isn't
yes,
surface.
No, because let me tell you something. In the church that I'm going to get people to go to, it's called the Church of Thomas Shelby.
There's a movie coming out. I was like, he's so fine. I know.
Yes.
I know.
Irish man. And because he's so cool.
Yes.
And I don't care how many people he killed. Because he did it for good.
He only murdered for good.
He's the murder. We are Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
And you know what? It's historically relevant.
I know. That's
the thing.
Historical accuracy will get me every time. That was amazing. When you look it up and you see the gypsies and the World War I and all of the stuff. All of the things. All the things. No, that was a great show. If you haven't watched it, that's on Netflix. You really need to check it out.
I was single when I watched it. I hadn't met my husband yet, but I was like, I don't care. If I saw Thomas Shelby walking down the street in that newsboy cap, I'd be like, look, there's a church right there. It's the only building we got. Let's get on that altar. It's you and me. Let's go.
Because
he was cool.
He
was cool.
Yeah, no, he was.
And they did these scenes, and it made you. First of all, I love the Irish.
Yes.
Right, I love the Irish. Right, and I love Ireland. It's one of my favorite countries that I visited in Europe when I was younger.
It's not in
Europe.
Europe.
You know what I mean? Well, whatever. it's over there.
It's in the British Isles.
Yes, but there's something about the Ireland and the Irish people
that
I really appreciated. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And not just that they gave us U2 and Queen, because that would be so American to
Queen?
say. Aren't they from Ireland? No, they're from, no, you know why I said that? Because when we went to Ireland, remember we came out of that, there's like a dance club.
Yes.
And we met these people and they're like, oh, we just finished going to see Queen in concert. And we're like, that's so cool. And they're like, yeah, this new band opened up. And it was U2.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we never heard of them.
Yeah.
And then by September, we're like,
just so everybody
in
knows,
the name of love.
Time ago. We were teenagers.
I was in 8th grade.
Oh, girl.
My mom took us to Europe for like 3 weeks. First of all, I'm sorry about my kids because I couldn't be doing that. And it was like and my mother was very much into us learning the history and all of that.
It was very fun.
But she didn't know what we were smoking. I was smoking Benson and Hedges.
Anything.
Yeah, but you lied to mom and acted like you were sick and went to the Hard Rock cafe
Oh, yeah, it was a big
in
deal.
London, and I went and had to see the play called I'm Not Rappaport, which, by the way, is an incredible play. But then I had to act like I liked it.
Remember the play we saw? And it was Skate.
Starlight Express.
It is
Yes.
still running.
In London?
In London. I'm going to London next week. And I was just looking at the plays that are, because they have a theater district that makes Broadway look like milk toast, or what do they call it? Like burnt toast or something. And
I don't know. I don't read, so I wouldn't understand.
you're like, I don't know that idiom.
Is that what it is?
Starlight Express.
Starlight Express.
So it's a roller skating. It's done by the same guy who did Cats, which, by the way, I hated Cats. Don't ever see Cats. If it comes back, don't go to Cats. Cats is literally like,
I am here to tease you.
I'm a cat. The best thing I've ever seen about Cats is if you watch on Netflix, it was a show. I'm forgetting the show, but there was a guy on the show, and he was like an actor. And he, oh my God, I wish I could name the show. And he goes on the show. He says, "Oh my God, I found out how you get on Cats." And it was like, wow, how do you get on
Was
Cats?
it Will and Grace?
No,
Was
no,
it Will
no,
and
it wasn't
Grace?
Will and Grace.
Yeah.
And how do you get on Cats? You just go on the stage and you don't get kicked off. So like he became a cast member of Cats for like 3 episodes of the show.
When you see Cats, it's like they're like say like someone's singing like I don't know, I don't remember the song, but like
So
they say
bad.
someone's singing, they're like, I'm alone by myself. People are like,
Yeah, right.
and then there's like 10 people like,
It's got one song, Memory. But if you're there, you're like, when is this shit over? When is
that
this
would be me.
ending?
I know, I've seen it.
I was pissed.
We had to see that too.
I was pissed. When I was in Cats,
Yeah.
I was actually angry. I was like, this
Wait,
is the worst
you
play.
said, were you at Cats? Because you just said when I was in Cats.
Oh, when I was in Cats. When I jumped on stage in my suit.
When I had to wear that outfit, I was
so
pissed.
every year with the kids, we go to New York. 'Cause my husband's family's from New York City, and they live in Manhattan. And every year we go to a different play. So Cats comes back on Broadway, and I'm like, oh, we got to go see Cats because everybody said it was so amazing.
And you were like, I hate it.
I was pissed. I was like, this crap should never have been back on Broadway. This is bad. So the same guy who did who did Cats,
It did crap.
it's crap. Andrew Lloyd Webber. He also did Starlight Express. Starlight Express.
Starlight Express. No, but they would say
They
that.
do that.
I remember.
I
yeah.
remember. It's all roller skating. So they're on roller skates.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
But it was weird. Anyway,
They're
it
like-
never came to America, I don't think. Or if it came, it didn't make it. But it is still running
I think
in
it
London.
did. I think it did come to America because I think I was able to say to people, I saw that in London.
Oh, okay. Didn't you
Yeah,
see,
same-
didn't you see Les
Say Les Mis.
You saw Les Mis, right?
I love Les Mis. I would never have read the book. Was there a book? It was a book.
It may have been. I don't know.
But I saw the play.
The play is amazing.
Yeah, because my mother made us see all those things.
Yeah, that play
When
was
we were
amazing.
in
We saw it in
Europe.
London. Yeah. So, but Starlight.
Yeah, I saw Les Mis, and then I went to the hotel and smoked Benson and Hedges.
in 8th grade. I just remember that we
I'm like, I'll take a tequila sunrise.
we drank through the whole place, but we were not old enough to drink. It was crazy. I just
No.
remember that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You know what's crazier? We were on planes because my mom went when there was tons of terrorism. And she's like, we're going to be fine. And so when we took Pam Ann.
Pan Am.
We took Pam Am and we all had our own full rows because there was nobody on the plane.
Oh.
And people were walking around and people smoked on plane. They did not smoking. I was like, that's crazy.
That is crazy when you look back and you go, people used to smoke on planes.
Yeah.
And also in restaurants. And they had
They're like,
non-smoking
yeah.
section. On smoking section. And like you would be sitting here and the smoking section would be right there.
They'd be like, do you want smoking or not
You're like,
smoking?
is
And
there
I was
a
like, I want
difference? Is there a
non-smoking.
motherfucking difference? This is
Because-
all smoking.
Right. And I'm like, I want to taste my food. I don't want to taste smoke.
But we
Do you
all
know
just
what I
like
mean?
lived that way as if it was normal.
I just burped.
That's weird that we used to live that way like it was normal. Do you know what I mean? That's how we lived. You went places, people smoked in your face, And you were like, what are you doing?
Mothers, all the mothers smoked at the pool.
Yeah, they smoked in the car. People's moms smoked in cars with windows down.
No, windows up. I used to put my nose to the window and try to like breathe to be able to like, it was just, but it's what people did. Fast forward 15 years later, I was smoking. But I mean, I learned a lot. No,
I was not smoking. So the fact that parents smoked didn't make kids smoke or not smoke. It was kids' choices.
yeah, I was gonna smoke.
Yeah, right.
Like I was gonna try smoking. That was inevitable.
Right,
Like it had
right.
nothing to do with mom. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Like I was
right.
like, yeah, let me try that shit on the golf course. You know what I mean? So, but that's the bottom line. So I would say,
So wait, I was talking about that CEO's.
oh yeah, we need to let's wrap it up with that show.
Okay.
And like some
So
real
the
tips on how not to
CEO
get stuck.
Yeah. So I have been not having a lot of fun with the Housewives shows, right? I still love my Beverly Hills. That's my favorite. I have not been able to sustain viewing of the other programs because I just can't take the stupidity. However, I found this new show called The CEO Club. Serena Williams produced it. She was in like a couple of the first episodes, but then I don't really see her anymore. I think she was more like put it together. And now we follow these other women who are all boss bitches, you know, but real boss bitches, right? Like they're trying to start venture capital firms, or you know, they have perfume line, makeup lines. One woman has something called Market America. Have you ever heard of Market America? She's a billionaire, and Market America does apparently everything. I've never heard of it, but she's a big investor in Fabletics, a big investor in Ruggable, and I think a couple other of the big things. But she's a billionaire.
Wow, that'd been very successful.
Very successful. So it's an interesting show to show what these people are going through, how hard it is in business, and what you have to do.
But that's real.
And that's real.
But that's real.
And that's real.
So you have to say that if it's too good to be true,
It motherfucking is.
it motherfucking is. Let's say it one more time.
It motherfucking is.
If
not
it's
true.
too
Yeah.
good to be true,
It is.
It motherfucking is. And I would like everybody should be grateful because I have an incredible personality.
Oh, okay.
Along with my humility. But if I wanted to be a grifter, or I would never, because morally it goes against everything I believe in.
It's horrible.
But like people like me, so I could be a grifter, but I wouldn't be one. So these people have no morals because they know. And here's what's interesting. You'll always find people who now are like, I paid $5,000 and I got nothing. And all of a sudden they don't get to hear from anybody because there's something that it always has is there is not a money back guarantee.
Right.
So if you see somebody saying to you, hold on, let me try if I can start looking at the camera and try this. Do you want to change your life? You don't need a degree. You can change if you stick to my program, you can change your life in 30 days. You could go from working 9 to 5 just for a few hours to a week and live the life you have always dreamed of. You know why? Because that life you've always dreamed of is not meant just for those people. It's meant for you. Now join my program. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so if anybody does that, I'm way. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay,
I got
wait
a
a second. Wait a second. Wait. Okay, wait. If this podcast continues to do well, we'll be launching our own course next season, and we would like you to join. I want to teach you how to monetize your ADHD and all your ridiculousness, and you can do it in 30 days.
30 days. And by the way, there's no money back guarantee because if in fact you don't do it, they blame you. If you're not successful, that's you because you didn't do every single thing in the exact way that I told you to do it. By the way, grifters are not just on, and sometimes grifters are in your government. Sometimes grifters are people who tell you that they promise you things, and then if you followed the money, they're getting what they want. But you know what I mean? So grifters are everywhere. But hopefully people recognize the grifters that are coming through to them on their screen, on their little screen.
Yeah. And because
beware.
Beware, and if you beware of anybody who calls themselves an expert. Ask questions. If they call themselves a coach of what?
Yeah.
And if it sounds like it's a made up word and it's not a thing, it's not a thing.
Right.
It's not a thing. It's if you think it's a thing, it's not a thing.
Right.
If you have to sign up for a course so that you can too become a coach and teach the same course, that you're signed up for, it's not it's not a thing. It's not a thing.
It's like this weird
right?
circle.
Right.
If the circle comes back to you teaching the course that you just paid for, yeah, it's not a thing.
If you have to recruit more people to take the course and become coaches under your system, it's not a thing. That's it. So I think it's important to remember to not be grifted. Always check, ask, by the way, ask for real results. Don't ask to speak to someone because let me tell you, they could just get anybody to like, here, I'd like to put you in touch with so-and-so. They were completed my course and have been very successful. That could be anybody. So don't, just stay away.
Right.
Stay away.
Save your money. Go do work.
Yeah.
Do the hard work. Put in the time. You know, be happy with the life you have because it's probably better than the one you have when you spent after you spent $5,000 for a course that's not a real thing.
Yeah. And you're not stealing from people.
Learn how to be content. You know what I mean? Like, learn how to be content with your life. It doesn't mean you can't push to become better or push to have more, but also question yourself. Question what the motivation is. What am I really trying to do? Am I learning something? What is the passion I'm following? What is it that I'm doing? So,
yeah,
just don't be grifted.
There's no easy way out. And by the way, nobody is a success overnight.
Nope.
So just remember that and just keep doing you, keep being yourself, be happily distracted. Because remember, distractions aren't a problem.
They're
a party. Check out Instagram, Happily Distracted Podcast, Happily Distracted Podcast on YouTube. Check us out on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. But honestly, just enjoy your life and be happily distracted. Yeah. And I don't support cartel. I just want to make sure. I don't want any DMs saying that I'm pro cartel. Trust me. So 12 years sober, drugs suck.
Yeah.
Anyway. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening to Happily Distracted. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Wait,
Bye.
let me do my favorite. Let's do a grifter bye. Bye. That's it for Happily Distracted. I'm Leyla. I put the HD in ADHD. Hit subscribe and come party with me next time.
Resonate.